Hey Virgo, it's been a minute since I've uploaded. The reason it's been so long, shared in my last video with you guys, and I'm pretty sure I did, that was going through chemo. So I finished and I beat it for the third time in a decade. I had a 7-year break, got re-diagnosed back in April, and then Pluto's get ready come went into retrograde then, and then as soon as it's get ready to come out, I find out I'm clear. The second time was terminal and I beat it. I mean, it's just, I'm a typical Scorpio, so. But I have a stellium in Virgo, my 8th house. So I had some things fall out, though. I want to get right into this. I had some things fall out during meditation, and I posted them on my Instagram at Hazel's House 8. Gosh, it's been a while since I've done this with Virgo. Feels really good with you guys. I saved you for the last of the 9 of Wands that came out, but during meditation the 7 of Pentacles came out, and it said, to me, there's an innocence to that card that I love. The card is beautiful and worth checking out, but feeling original and inventive, having some altercations possibly, but then the moon fell out. So this is the life of the imagination apart from the life of the spirit. So maybe it's not as bad as we think, which has been a running theme. So with all the other signs also, I think you've been in like an animal nature. My wig's tickling. So there's a piece that's like got me. All right, but feeling this Pisces moon. And I just saw a little, like a picture of a wolf for some reason. The imagination, the trickery, the institutionalized thinking that the 12th house carries, striving for something that keeps getting washed back in by the changing of the tides. We have 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 5 of Wands. I think that's just confirming a little bit of those altercations. The Knight of Cups, a lot of imagination. Like I said, it's not as bad as you think. 7 of Swords came out. And let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. My goodness, my hands won't work. That's another thing with chemo. Like, I can't get my deck picked up. I'm sorry. The Devil. Okay, so everybody's freaked out by the Devil. It's not that bad. Because what fell out during meditation is really beautiful, because after that 12th house energy, me feeling all this, like, this institution thinking, I think you were striving for something that keeps getting washed back in by the tides. Then the Magician was at the bottom. Notice the shadow people when you check that out on Hazel's House 8 in the back, which I think is referring to the serpent devouring its own tail in the original Rider-Waite deck. So, the Magician is the dual signs of the highest grades of instituted mysteries. It shows me, it also represents Virgo, the Magician card does, but it's showing me that you are all the elements of self. And I think when you check that card out, like getting sap from the tree that the 7 of Pentacles represents, it's like you are just uniting all with self. And sometimes that's not easy because we don't always like what we see. And we're all reflections of each other. I just did Scorpio and I said that something really important that stuck out was, it's all about what are we creating? What do we want to create as far as getting inside of ourselves and knowing the inner self and not feeling, all we have to do is walk out, not feeling that entrapment of that prison that sometimes we can get in, especially under Pisces moons. But it's all about your season still, and everything's kind of shifting. Mercury and Venus moved into Libra. However, with all that sun and moon and everything was in your sign, and with all these, like I was analyzing and looking at all the elements that made me me when I was meditating with your sign about the Pisces full moon. And I know it's over, um, as far as we had it this past weekend, but these effects can last. And I really do believe that I was meant to do this right now in this time for these signs, like as I did them over the weekend. And I'm very thorough, especially with all that Virgo stuff. I feel like I wanted to go through all the signs, give everybody a Pisces full moon read, and then see where that takes me in my creations. So thank you for letting me channel your energy. It's good to be back, and it's good to be alive. Um, it's just good to wake up. So still feeling rough, but chemo will do that to you. So if my words are a little messed up, that's been a running thing with me because I've been doing chemo so much for like off and on. So, but yeah, I'm back, and I get sidetracked easy naturally, so the chemo doesn't help that. So just bear with me. We're gonna point the camera down. Please hit like, subscribe, and if you like what you see, hit that notification bell, and you'll know every time I upload for you, Virgo. I'm gonna point the camera down. I'll be right back. Virgo, we're back. I just want to start off by saying this Pisces moon is really hard. Like, I understand. And the reason I feel that way with you guys is because of that Nine of Wands coming out first. And notice there are all the steps behind the figure. Like, none of them are lit. But the one that's lit is almost like behind the figure. I think you went down within, like really deep. And you could have been up and down trying to ride those waves, trying to control and manipulate the energy with that Magician card coming out during meditation. It might have made you feel trapped and unsteady, like feeling attacked. But remember, you have the vantage position in the Seven of Wands. If you look more, into it, it's like you've taken yourself to a spot where it's like, I'm sorry. You've taken yourself to a spot where, we kind of went in the basement, and that's very 12th house. And we went really deep down to see, the darker side of ourselves. And that can make you feel trapped, but actually that's what it's for. That's what it serves its purpose for. This moon does. It's to see that stuff, like simply reflections. Because of this Seven of Cups coming out, it's like you're almost sitting back in contemplation. And these are just simply reflections. Like, that's all this is. Like, reflections of everything, whether it's a person, place, or thing. But I feel like it's more the battle of the subconscious because of this moon. Like, it could be quarreling with others because of this Five of Wands, but I think really competing and quarreling with yourself, like with the battle of life itself, like still searching. That's hard to go into the depths of the ocean. And the Knight of Cups, approaching things with a better sense of your imagination, of what you've been dreaming of some of the things that, you've put down on paper even, like maybe writing. The very Pisces energy, dreamy energy, all this is doing, it could be, is just, because this is a card of, like, you could have haunting thoughts and, like, bad dreams. And it's came out a few times for a couple signs, I believe. Like, if you're cross-watching, like, I don't think Virgo means to, like, whatever's they're communicating, because of this Devil card, which I'll get to, I don't think they're meaning to come off harsh and abrasive because of this. And the reason I say that is because of the Seven of Swords, because it's just more like quarreling and trying to balance, the external with the internal, and you're conflicting with self and having plans that fail. Notice how in this card, like the figures balancing thoughts, swallowing thoughts. Things are stuck in the mood. Well, things are stuck in the ground, basically. Like, but there's these two swords crossed over at the bottom, and I think with Mercury and Venus switching into Libra, you're going to get some relief. And I'm sorry this has been so hard on you, really. I mean, that's what the spread shows me, that it's just been really hard. And I think it has for everybody, but when I got to yours, I feel it really deep. But just because plans fail doesn't mean it's the end of all. It just feels that way. Like it's something better's gonna come along. With the Devil card, I believe your communication is troubled. Like this is also a change when Saturn goes direct. And Saturn's in Capricorn right now. With Pluto. Pluto can be scary. Just like Scorpio. And whatever you've materialized and harvested will, under this moon, will start showing itself. It's like, this also signifies like animal nature too. Just like the moon. Well, not just like the moon, but they both signify an animal nature. And in the moon card, there's two figures dancing. And in the Rider-Waite deck with the Devil card, there's two figures chained. So, I just feel a lot of confusion. And that's very common and very typical with 12th house energy of institution and hospitals and past lives. So whatever you've materialized and harvested will start showing itself. You could have been also pretending that you were like being creative and working hard and contemplating, but really feeling trickery and confusion, like being pushed and shoved back and forth in these bad dreams and thoughts, especially if the Nine of Wands came out first. And it's a very sappy thing. Like it's a very emotional feeling with all this water, going on. It's your, like it's all Pisces it's opposing Virgo. Like it's your opposite. It's the other side of yourself that we usually tend to bury. I'm gonna pull from the Oracle deck of the Goddess Guidance. I love Virgo for exactly what Virgo is, that innocence, that beauty that I think a lot of us forget we have. Like I feel like I just want to be like, remind yourself that you're gorgeous and beautiful and inside out. Like, you can show that stuff. It's not too late. Look at that. Guiding children. Sorry if you can't see it. But it's Doreen Virtue, Goddess Guidance Oracle cards if you want to look it up and see a better picture. You are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. And I think this is more that bring that childlike essence that Pisces carries, bring that back into your daily routine. I really do believe that. But I'm going to read from the book, and we'll find out exactly as soon as I find it. Here it is. I've got a mess going on around me. Been in it. Let's look up Tamara, I think you pronounce it. Let's check here. It's pronounced, yes, Demara. The message from Demara: one can be gentle and a fierce protector simultaneously. The vigilant focus on keeping harmony within households stems from my desire for children to maintain their youthful awe and sense of wonder. How else will we ensure that they'll see and speak with the fairies? How else will we foster the continuation of children's healing laughter? Join with me in guiding the children, and you'll see your own imagination sparked by these amazing young beings. Your own enthusiasm and youthful spirit attracts the children's respect and attention. I'll lead you toward young people who can benefit from your help. Spend time with or have a heart-to-heart talk with your own children. Get into a career involved with helping children or volunteer with young people. And like I said, I really think this is bring that childlike essence of yourself back, that innocence. because of this Pisces moon. A Celtic fertility goddess whose name means gentle, Demira helps to bring peace and harmony to families and within households. She helps children maintain their youthful essence and innocence and faith. Demira is happy to guide you with respect to the best way to help children, yours or someone else's. That childlike self is beautiful in Pisces, and Virgo, your innocence is already there. I really think that can be a whole new world for you, especially with that Seven of Pentacles coming out in meditation with the moon and the Magician. Like, you are the creator of your own world, and it's all how you look at it. And I'm always big on that. It's all about self. It's all about self first. But it looks like she's like a little fairy too, and I think that's absolutely beautiful. Let's see, what's this? The King of Wands. Yeah, there's those figures below, which I believe are self-created, that can mess with the stuff that we want to create. You can be that King of Pentacles. That also fell out this morning when I was thinking about you guys. The Page of Wands. It's whatever we've released will stay gone if we truly released it. That's what I just heard for Virgo. I love you so much, Virgo. It's great to be back. Please feel free to message me on Instagram, comment below, hit like, and if you really like it, hit the subscription button. You can see every time I upload. It's so good to be back. Glad I made it with you guys to come back in all this great Virgo energy that we had. And we're going to move to Libra. So enjoy all this stuff and find that childlike essence within yourself. I love you. I'll talk to you soon, Virgo. Goodbye.